Hi everyone, welcome back to Plum Mashable. So today I'm going to be going through how I set up my YouTube planner at the start of each month. I'm also going to do the decoration for it. The decoration is not like my normal weekly, it's a bit less, I guess, than what I normally do. But I'm going to walk you through exactly how I set it up, exactly why I do, and we're going to get straight into this video. Alright, so I know I've shown you my YouTube planner before, but this is sort of what it looks like when you open it up. I need to do something with the front. I haven't quite got to that yet. But then I have all of my gorgeous Flutterby planner dividers here. So I just flip, for this month anyway, to September. And I have already pre-drawn these out with pencil. So it just makes it a little bit easier. It means I'm not counting for you guys. But I have altered these just a little bit from last month to this month. And all it is I've added in an extra section. So the extra section is going to be for my Instagram posts. It used to be, I'll grab this back here and show you. So it used to be that I'd have all of my posts laid out like this, so you can see every day what the YouTube video is, and then you can see when I've filmed it, when I've edited it, when I've done the description, when it's been posted, and then what I've put for my social medias. So YouTube will stay on one spread like this, and then Facebook and Instagram is going to go to another one. It's just, like, I know I've said it before, but I'm trying to change up my social media just a little bit, and so I wanted Instagram and Facebook to have its own sort of thing. So like I said, I've already put these, already drawn these all out in pencil, so I'm just going to basically go over them. To let you know what tools I use when I'm doing this, I use these Uni Pin Fineliner pens. So I have them in 0.4, 0.3, 0.5, 0.6. I do have a 0.8 somewhere. I think it's in there. But I generally use the 0.6 for my big lines, 0.5 sometimes for the insides, and then my 3s or my 4 for actually writing things in. And then I also have this Uni-Ball Signo white one, which is kind of like my eraser. So when I do happen to go a little bit too far, I find this works better than correction tape or whiteout. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this in fast time so you guys can see how I do this, and then we're going to decorate it just a little bit. Okay, so all of my pages are now ruled up and everything's ready. A couple of things before we sort of move on. The reason I use these pens and not my Staedtler pens, two reasons. Number one, these nibs go down really quickly when you put any kind of pressure on them. So because I'm ruling pretty hard and just trying to stay straight, I like these slightly thicker ones or harder ones. Like the nib on these are really, really solid. So I feel like I can push a little bit harder, which gets me a nicer line. And I like the different widths I can choose. So if I want to, I can do a 0.5 or a 0.8. And they have got a little bit of give to them. Like if I do a smudge, I can erase it, which you would have seen me doing bits and pieces on along the way. The other thing, and just with the whiteout thing, so whenever I've got like a little bit that's sticking out that I don't like, I just dot it. So the ink is actually pigment ink, so it does work as whiteout, but it's just, you can't kind of scribble across the whole thing. That's not going to work. So just dotting it tends to get rid of the little nib that might be annoying me. So from there, we've got our 4 sheets, which like I said is different from normal. Then we just I go through and put in all of my days. So obviously this is Monday. So this is your monthly outlook kind of calendar. So I put in my days of the week. I do tend to write these in instead of using stickers or anything else. I am slowly starting to actually like my own handwriting. And that's just personal preference. If you start with a Monday or a Sunday, it really doesn't matter. So then you just have to work out what day of the month fits in where. So no, I'm not going to contacts. What am I doing? Calendar. I knew what I was doing. So we're going to September. So September starts on a Saturday. So I just put it in this top corner here. So just 1, 2, 3, and then I just continue that all the way along. Okay, so thank God September only has 30 days, because otherwise I'm going to run out of room. And I hate that. For me, I really hate having the 31st up here. It drives me nuts. So if it had been with the 31st, I would have actually had to move all that up and put another one on, because I get mad with it. So the only other thing I will do to this page other than decorate is I'll colour all these in, just because I know then they're not dates. So I just use a Tombow marker. It doesn't really matter what colour. I just use grey because I feel like it suits being non-existent. But I do tend to washi tape this up so I don't go over my line. So I'm going to do that really quick and colour this in just so you can see. So this is just washi tape from Officeworks. When I say it's washi tape I don't care about losing, it's a colour I don't actually use all that much. I think I bought it on sale, so I don't even care if I use a bunch of this or waste a bunch of this. So you just mask it up like you were masking anything up, really. And it's up to you whether you do the sides. You can if you want to. I can actually get a steady enough hand that I can get down that side without messing it up. So I tend to just do the bottom and the top. This washi comes up really easily too, which is, when I say my favourite thing about it. It does have its moments where it doesn't come up quite so easily. Okay, so that's the first page done. The second page, this is where I grab them both back in just so I can see what they look like all together. So this is going to be my YouTube kind of layout. So what I do is I put video title up the top here. I'm using the wrong pen. That's a 4. I need my 3. Isn't it weird how you can look at just the nib and know that's the wrong side? So I just put video description at the top, and then you just have to repeat sort of what we did with the numbers down the side here. So I know that it starts on a Saturday, so you just go with Sat and then just continue down, then just put all your numbers back in. So it's pretty simple. Okay, so I have actually made a mistake, which does happen. I'm not perfect. So I've put my days in. I forgot I need to leave 2 gaps at the top. So I'm just going to use whiteout tape, and just because the white pen's not going to cover this up as well as it needs to be. There we go. So you can, I do need to take that out too. I'm going to leave it there just because I can't be bothered. So I'm going to leave the next one and then start from Saturday again. The only downside is that now this isn't going to be quite as flat finish, but that's okay. So when you go over to the other side, just make sure you don't make that mistake again. So when I sort of start to get close to the end, I always leave it, and that way I know I'm not going to keep going too far and run out of days. So then you just have to put your numbers back in. So it does leave you with 2 at the top, at the bottom. You could have put Saturday down and moved it down, but I like starting it on the Monday if I can. Obviously sometimes you have 31 days in the month, so that changes up. So this one's going to be my YouTube one. So in this little boxes at the top, I just have to write, so I've got film, edit, description, and post. So as I do them for each video, so I put the title of the video, so as I film it, as I edit it, I just colour those little squares in so that I can keep track of where I am with each of the videos. And it means I don't forget that I haven't done something. And then, just to give this a little bit of zhuzh, just grabbing my Mumsy and Bub stickers. So, where are they? There they are. So Karcha's but she's got these little doodled social media icons. And I just use these in here because I think they're gorgeous. So these are a little bit smaller than the regular ones because they almost fit in my little box. So because these are just YouTube now, I'm going to go in there. So that way I know these are the YouTube pages. So then the next lot's going to be my Instagram and my Facebook. So I'm going to go ahead and do these, like cut this right now and speed through to when I'm finished doing it, and I'll be back in just a sec. Okay, so that's what that one looks like when it's all finished. It's got the stickers up the top so I can track everything. So all I have on this one, so instead of being description, post, etc., it's just got a YouTube point. So if it's a video that points to one of my YouTube videos, or if it's just a post on its own. And I just find it useful to be able to track what was what I put up on social media on what day. So there's those pages. The next one's the calendar. This is another one that does take a little while. So I'm going to speed straight through it. Actually, I'll probably do the fast forward because it looks cool to have the numbers coming across. So it's just a calendar. It's really simple. You just do your Mondays, Tuesday, etc. So that's that page all done, and then all I do is just down the side just write what each calendar is tracking. Obviously, if you've got another kind of social media that you track, if you maybe do stuff on Pinterest or Twitter, you could do another couple of calendars on this page or have two. So the next couple of pages are actually kind of, when I say a little bit less stuff on them. So this one's simply an ideas page. That's all it is. I just generally put like some little circles and have ideas. So I'll move some of the ones over from last month, but I'm not going to do anything with that right now. The last one is my growth page, and what that is it says, it's got on there what the start of the month was, what the end of the month was, and then what the difference was. So I just write that in there. So just start of month, end of month, difference. And I try and do this as neat as I can, but it never actually quite works. So at this point my hand's starting to cramp up, so it always ends up looking really, really bad. And this is where I put in a couple more of those stickers. So this is why I have none of them left. I really need to get some more. So you put the YouTube one. I do use more here than I probably need to. I could just use one, but I tend to use two. So you just have all three of them sitting there, and then you put them on the end of the month as well. I just love them. I think they're the most gorgeous icon stickers that I ever have seen, and I love them. So I like to use them as much as I can. So that is how I set them all up. Yes, it's a very long, arduous and annoying process, but it's not usually, I don't usually have two sets of the big calendars. And I know it looks like sometimes I repeat myself, but each one is there for a really specific reason. This one so I can say, okay, at a glance, what have I got sorted out? What haven't I got? This doesn't get any colour on it. I don't colour them in once it's gone up. It's just a really basic overview, and it means I can plan things out. So I spend a lot of time sitting here with a lead pencil and going, okay, well, these are my weekly decorations. These are my, like, that's where Planners Anonymous goes, and that's where Mystery Line Mail goes. And then I can work out the rest of the videos around it. And then this is where you go into the more detail, so that you actually track sort of how you're going with each of them, when you filmed it, when you need to sort of edit or do whatever you're up to. Same thing here with the posts. And then this is just so you can see again at a glance where you've posted on what days. So where have I posted on Instagram where maybe I haven't posted on Facebook. And then these ones are that's just a dumping ground more than anything. And it's always good to know where you started and where you finished. I'm not doing this to get tons and tons of followers. You guys know that by now. But I do like to know where I started and see if I've maybe done something wrong this month or last month. if maybe my numbers have gone down, or if it's just been a small growth instead of a big growth. What have I done? What can I change and what can I do to make myself better? So from here, it's just decorating. So I'm going to actually do that all really quick. I'm going to grab one of my old Planners Anonymous boxes. I do tend to use Planners Anonymous in here just because everything fits together, so it's just really easy to do. And as you can see, they do change a little. They've altered a little bit as we have gone along. They're not always the same, but I think I have always used Planners Anonymous, which I didn't mean to do, but it just kind of happens because they're easy to grab and put together. So I'm just going to grab my Seaside kit, and I'm going to decorate this with the Seaside kit, which was the very first one, and see what I can come up with there. But if I could do something cool, I'll show you along the way. Okay, so the decorating took a little bit longer than I thought it would, to be honest, but I think I'm very happy with the way it's come out. So like I said, I used the Seaside kit from Planners Anonymous. It feels really good to get this old kit out. So this one's just washi tape and paper, very, very simple. Just washi tape here as well, and a bit of paper. I have gone a little bit crazy at the back, just a little. So you've got more washi tape, more paper. This is where you start seeing my ink. This is what I love to do with these calendar pages, is I mask off the actual calendar and then go crazy with the stamps. Stamps didn't quite work as well as I wanted them to, but you get the gist. I've got a little flipper here, and it's more because I like to hide, not hide, but ideas that I'm not sold on. They sort of go down there where I can't see them. These are my big ideas. So you've got the That Swell card, and then the other side you've got a little shaker under there, just because I can. And then at the back here, you've got your little palm tree. You got your little girl sitting there as well. So I do zhuzh this up a little bit. I do love to play in here. I kind of get the kits out and have a bit of an old remember of how good some of them were to kind of put in here, which I think is kind of cool. But that's sort of how I decorate it and how I put it all together. It's not complicated, it's just very time consuming. So if this was something that you wanted to do, just set yourself out like an afternoon maybe to kind of draw it all out. I did it in pencil first, which helped take some of the time away from me actually drawing that up. But we did time me when I did it. It took me about 25 minutes to do all the lines up, remembering that's got two lots of these ones, not one set of these ones. If you're only doing one, it's not going to be anywhere near as long. And you can, the best thing that I love about these, I guess, bullet journal style pages is that you can change them if it doesn't work. If something's not working the way you want, like I don't know if this Instagram, Facebook kind of separated from YouTube, I don't know if it's going to work yet, but if it doesn't work, well, next month I'll just change it and it'll be fine. It's just an easy way to do it, I guess, so we'll see how we go. But that is it for today's video. I hope you did enjoy it. I know it was long and a lot of me not talking, so I do apologise for that part. I know most of you do like it when I talk, which is weird because nobody in real life does. But I appreciate you hanging out with me. I hope this was helpful. I can show you during my live video maybe at the end of next month how this has gone along and if it's working. So if you want to know updates on if the 2-page thing's working, let me know. I hope you guys took something out of this. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my other videos. I hope you guys have an absolutely awesome rest of your day, and I will see you again in my next video. Sending you lots of huggles. Bye!